decades of keeping the community safe, we'll tell you about one man that's being honored for his years of serving the Girard community.
You're watching Jet 24 Action News at noon, your news leader.
Good afternoon, I'm Brian Wilk. After years of wrangling together money and a design, a new bridge has started construction in the Frontier community. Yesterday afternoon, crews had started to set up construction equipment and materials to replace the Kakwa Bridge. The new construction project has started with the first beam being put into place, crossing the area where the bridge will stand. The original bridge was demolished in 2021, and after finding a funding shortfall to meet the building cost, a donation from an anonymous resident helped fill the $300,000 gap. No word on when construction of the project will be complete. Well, a member of the FBI Pittsburgh field office is giving advice to people on how to remain safe in an active shooting situation following the hospital shooting at UPMC Memorial in York County, PA. That shooting taking place at the hospital ICU on Saturday, where officers and staff members were shot. West York Borough Police Officer Andrew Duarte was killed in the line of duty. The assistant special agent in charge of the Pittsburgh FBI field office criminal branch says law enforcement is trained to go towards the sound of gunfire. He says the best thing anyone who is not law enforcement can do is to run and hide.
I do know from a law enforcement perspective, whenever there's an active shooter or there's a mass casualty event, law enforcement presence in that area is always upped. So more patrols will take place in that area. More law enforcement presence in the communities will take place. And that's usually in the form of uniformed police officers.
A statement from the president and CEO of UPMC reads in part, "I want to convey my immense gratitude for our courageous staff who swiftly acted to ensure the safety of co-workers, patients, and visitors. We owe a debt to each of you and the law enforcement officers who bravely responded to bring the situation to a close. We mourn the loss of Andrew Duarte, the brave West York police officer who protected the lives of our staff and his fellow officers in an ultimate act of heroism." Well, New Bank has opened their doors on Parade Street with programs in place to educate residents on how to better handle their finances. Residents say the need for the bank is crucial in the area as it doubles as a financial literacy center. Brianna Malone has the story.
Erie Bank is officially open at the corner of 10th and Parade with services in place that are designed to strengthen the community, doubling as a financial literacy center. One of the services is financial education courses that will be offered by bank staff, with the space also accessible to Erie organizations to help their clients.
Parade Street was the main corridor for Erie, Pennsylvania years and years ago, but now it's the gateway to the minority community. Less than 3% of minorities own their own home within this city.
Bishop Brock says a main focus of the East Side Renaissance is to change that dynamic.
The East Side Renaissance is motivated to change that dynamic, to get people affordable homes that they can buy and partake of the American dream.
One resident notes how the bank will play a role in the community for years to come.
It's just a great opportunity for people to learn financial literacy and to change their lives, and also create generational wealth for their children so that they will know how to save, how to invest.
Financial literacy is going to be helping the community. Bishop Brock did a wonderful thing, him and his team, and I am so amazed and happy that they brought this bank here.
So many people said that this thing could not and would not happen, but yet it's a reality here today. You have over 200 people here celebrating from every sector of life in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's an exciting day for the welfare of this city.
Brianna Malone, Jet 24 Action News.
Well, the Bicentennial Tower is lighting up for National Eating Disorders Awareness Week. White Pine Center for Healing is recognizing Eating Disorder Awareness Week in an effort to bring more awareness, understanding, and support to a vast majority of community people who are experiencing eating disorders. Eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental health issue, second to opioid abuse.
A person in this country dies from an eating disorder every 52 minutes. The top two causes of death are cardiac issues and suicide. So these are serious mental health issues. They're not a choice, they're not a lifestyle. They are a range of diseases that really affect the entire body.
And the Bicentennial Tower lit up in green and blue yesterday evening. Some local athletes showed off their competitive side in a friendly competition. The Special Olympics of Northwest Pennsylvania held their unified bocce program at the Hagerty Events Center. The championship match invited local high school teams to compete with special needs and non-intellectual disabilities. The program strives to educate Erie's youth on inclusion at a high school level.
Some of our athletes do not have the ability to play on one of our other high school teams, and by offering our unified sports, we have meaningful involvement for those with intellectual disabilities and those without. They are peers, they play together.
The top 3 teams of last night's competition will then move on to regionals. That's at Geneva College on March 10th. The local fire department is celebrating one of their own, being honored for 65 years of serving the Girard community. Matt Mathias has our story.
Whether it's a house fire, forest fire, EMS call, or even the delivery of a baby, Robert Duck Orr has seen it all in his time as a first responder.
The chief of the fire police at that time was always giving me the devil because I was chasing the fire trucks to fire or whatever. And so he said, why don't you join the fire department? Well, I wasn't old enough. I was only 17 because they didn't have junior firemen back then.
And just a month before he turned 18, he put in his application so by his 18th birthday, he could be approved to join them. In the time since, Orr has held almost every title the department has to offer and has gone out on thousands of calls.
I've been a chief, I've been assistant chief, deputy, and all of that.
Today, Orr is the captain of the fire police, and even at 83, company officials tell us he went out on about 140 emergency calls last year alone.
We got a lot of nice young people in the department. We're not really hurting for people, but we need more commitment of the younger people to carry on because Lord knows we all aren't going to last forever.
Being a volunteer isn't just taxing on the member, but their family as well. And his wife says they've done a lot to make it work.
We've been married for 58 years, and that's a commitment in itself. And I truly admire all the things he's done for the community, and I help wherever I can. And we make a good team.
Thanks to my wife helping me do everything in the fire department. She's backed me every minute of the way.
Matt Mathias, Jet 24 Action News.
Coming up on Jet 24 Action News at noon, Elon Musk is now saying that federal employees will get another chance to respond to his email asking them to list their recent accomplishments, even after the original deadline to respond passed overnight. More on that story after Craig's spring-like forecast, hopefully?
Yeah, temperatures way overachieving today. We've had some sun, a little bit of a southwesterly wind, so that's helped our cause. But we still have more showers to get through. We'll watch those on radar. We'll track those for you coming up in the forecast next.
You're watching Jet 24 Action News at noon with Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flynn, and Mike Fenner with sports.
Judge Judy never misses a beat.
BK Melts, wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK Melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
After the car crash, I was injured, scared, and overwhelmed.
Are you the victim of a careless driver on Pennsylvania's freeways? Call me, attorney Grant Travis.
They won 10 times what was offered.